We're here with UFC middleweight Zak Cummings. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm good. Just got done training and time to chill for the rest of the day.
Okay, and I understand you got somebody fighting tonight, a training partner of yours.
I do. I got a couple of them. So, Monte Smith and then Ian Heinisch.
Yeah, Ian Heinisch, man. I like watching that guy fight, man. I like his story. I like his fighting style. So I'm pretty excited for this UFC 241 main card. So I guess my first question for you would be, how do you see his fight playing out?
I see it working pretty well for his favor. I'm really interested in how the wrestling is going to end up between both those guys. They're both very good wrestlers. They both have power. But Ian just puts on a very exhausting pace.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, it puts a very fast pace on you and stuff. And I'm just kind of curious to see how Brunson deals with it. I mean, you know, he fought Elias, who has a fast pace as well. So kind of curious on how it does it. But I think Ian matches up well. And I don't know. Hopefully pull out a good win.
Okay, and then your fight is 3 weeks away, and you're fighting in Abu Dhabi. How fucking cool is that?
That's awesome. I love traveling, and then coming to travel in these places that I just would never expect to really get to visit. That's cool. I mean, I get to go and perform for, you know, a bunch of people that just, you know, maybe a lot of them haven't seen me fight before, whatever it is, and then more than not, get to witness and kind of be around a new culture and stuff. So yeah, it should be a fun little trip.
Yeah, and I'm when I interview somebody, I kind of, you know, social media stalk them a little bit, and I saw that a fan had asked you where your favorite place to fight was, and you said Dublin. Could you elaborate a little bit more on why Dublin?
And it's like Ireland as a whole is just a phenomenal place to visit. Just the people are really cool. Everybody's down to earth. It's a really fun place to be. And then, you know, having I think it was the first event they ever had, or maybe the second. But, yeah, I mean, you got Conor being the main event. They blew everything up, all the advertising on all the live television throughout the whole country. So, I mean, we got there and, like, all the fighters were being treated like absolute rock stars. And it was just a really cool experience to see that entire community kind of come together. I mean, I think the arena was sold out for weigh-ins even. So it was just an insane, yeah, it was just a crazy experience. You know, open workouts was packed. It was just the whole trip was just amazing. It was a really cool experience. So that was probably my favorite place. And then Croatia was really high up on that list. So, you know, the fight was fun, but then like traveling, you know, around Croatia after the fight was a very, very nice surprise.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question was Croatia, because I have Croatian roots.
Gotcha.
On my great grandfather's side. I've never been. You know, I'd love to finally get my ass out of this country. I've never even been to Mexico.
Yeah, you definitely need to go out and see the world. I will definitely say Croatia was probably, as a whole country, probably my favorite place I've visited so far.
Oh, and what made it so great?
Probably most of it is that, like, I didn't expect anything. I had no idea. I had no expectations, and I think it just exceeded everything. The people were great. The food was amazing. Like, just the whole experience, all the way down to Dubrovnik, which is like one of the last remaining medieval town, basically.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they have the wall all the way all intact and stuff. It's just a really cool experience, and I think just a place that most people don't expect to go visit. You know,
mm-hmm.
I mean, I went all over. You know, I went to Paris and went all over Italy, and I really liked that. But I think I expected, you know, to have these real nice big things to go see, and I just didn't have much expectation for Croatia. Man, it was by far the coolest place I've ever been.
Oh, that's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. And you mentioned food, so I gotta ask, what did you have while you were there?
Tons of seafood. Seafood is, I'm thinking Croatia. I really didn't know how, I was thinking maybe more Russian influence. I really wasn't sure. And then it's very, very Italian influence. And especially in the food, it was just really, really good. It was light. A lot of really good fresh seafood, pasta, and all kinds of stuff. It was so good.
Well, you're making me hungry, and I just ate, but I'm always hungry. So you're fighting Omari Akhmedov. Did I say that correctly? I'm not 100% sure.
I believe so. Need a little action in there, but yeah, that's not what I said.
Okay, so what does this guy bring to the table that we need to kind of keep an eye on or watch out for?
I mean, he's a very game opponent. It starts out really strong, comes out, throws a lot of power. He's a good player, and he comes out at a very high pace of just trying to take your head off, or then try to get your hands up to take you down. And he just tries to keep that going over and over and over again. So I've seen him slow down in some fights, but he definitely has a storm you have to weather in the first. So he's got some power. He's got good wrestling. He's decent everywhere. He's got a lot of experience. I think this is like his 10th or 11th fight. So he's a dangerous guy, but I think where he's good at, I'm also very dangerous in those same areas.
I will actually go on record. You're going to be my pick for this fight, obviously. But I just think that the reason why I'm picking you is you got more ways to win, and you're better than him everywhere he's good at.
Yeah, that's kind of my same thought. I think I have a lot more finishing tools than he's got, and I definitely think I'm capable to handle myself where he's best. So yeah, I have to agree with you. So just have to go out there and be smart and do what I can do, and hopefully everything should fall in place.
Yeah, and you're fighting in Abu Dhabi. It's going to be the same night as Khabib and Dustin Poirier, where they unify their titles. What do you think we can expect from the night as a whole? Because I think you're pretty early on the card, right?
I believe so. I haven't seen the full thing set yet, but yeah, I think I'm probably one of the first few fights.
Well, that's good for people who like to catch the early action, because I don't think you've ever been in a boring fight. And you and your opponent have both fought as low as 170. Now you guys are fighting more at a natural weight class for you guys. Yeah, so I'm expecting a banger early on. So I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, that's what I'm expecting too. I mean, that's I don't know. I think it could be a hell of a fight. I think he'll kind of get the card started early, and we'll go from there. But yeah, I think there's a lot of really good fights on that night. I'm kind of excited as a fan. It's just some really tough guys, guys that a lot of people know, and then there's guys that some people don't know that are really tough. So it's I definitely think it could be a fun night of fights.
Okay, and since you've mentioned that you're a fight fan, who you got in that main event?
I can't pick against Khabib. I mean, he's a monster, and anytime he gets a hold of people, they're just in tons of trouble. But I do think that Dustin is going to be a very game, contender for this title. I mean, he's got some really good boxing. He's normally a very balanced fighter, so he has his legs underneath him. But so I think he's hard to take down. He's got some nasty submissions on the ground of his own, and he's just a strong and tough guy and well-rounded. So I think he definitely has a chance, but it's just hard to go against speed.
Okay, and then let's switch gears for tonight's main event. It's a rematch between DC and Miocic, where Miocic actually lost his belt and his heavyweight record. Well, he didn't lose the record, but he didn't extend it. So who you got in the rematch tonight?
I'm going DC. I'm not very confident with that answer, though, but I'm going with him again.
Well, it's tough, man. They both came in lighter. They both look like they're ready to go. So I get it.
I mean, Stipe might come out and and do his thing. But if I had to bet on it, I'm gonna pick DC.
Okay, well, the only man to beat DC is John Jones, who is the best fighter on the planet in one man's opinion. So,
yep.
I'm going to switch things over to the co-host. Jonathan, what do you got for Mr. Zak Cummings?
Well, first off, I just want to say thank you for taking time out of your day to come over and talk with us knuckleheads over here at Head Kick Audio. We really do appreciate it.
Absolutely. No, I appreciate you guys reaching out.
So the first question I got for you is you started your career undefeated, including your amateur run, and then you suffered back-to-back losses to Tim Kennedy and Elvis Mutapchik. How did you deal with those back-to-back losses and come back to get 3 straight wins?
No shame in those losses, goddamn.
Yeah, well, I had I think I had a false sense of confidence. I was doing really well.
Mm-hmm.
Probably wasn't taking it as serious as I should, and I think I didn't realize that maybe I had a lot of potential, and so I was able to get past some of these guys without really trying, doing the right thing I was supposed to do. So I took probably a dumb fight. I took Tim Kennedy on a week notice, so opportunity presented itself to get a main event spot on Showtime, with Strike Force, and I watched a little bit of his fight. I was like, yeah, sure, I've got this, why not? So went out, and I assumed Tim was going to strike with me. That's all he could talk about was striking. So definitely didn't work out that way. So he went out helping me. But you know what? If you got to take your first loss, losing to someone like Tim Kennedy was probably the best thing I could do. I mean, dude's like one of the absolute best human beings that's out there. He's hilarious. He's a good dude. War hero. Just a phenomenal role model. So losing to him, it could have been way worse. And then the next fight, I couldn't really find any opponents and stuff. And I finally got the Elvis fight, and I just didn't show up. I was just saying I was kind of in sparring mode, and just didn't really fight very well, I guess. And I ended up dropping him in the 5th round, and thought I knocked him out, but woke him back up, and he kept fighting, and just lost a real close decision, and I kind of had to reassess and make some changes and be a little smarter and stuff. So I mean, it's just I feel like if I was going to fight, I need to actually take it serious and do things, and I kind of got my mental strength back after the Elvis fight. Put some good wins together. I took another dumb short notice fight.
Yeah. So it was pretty much more of like your mental game was kind of lacking just a little bit, and you kind of got that back and came back full force.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like that. Excuse me. Sorry. My second question I got for you is, with everything that you have accomplished over your career, what advice would you give an up-and-comer going through a rough patch, and what advice would you give to someone just starting their MMA career?
Well, man, it's tough. When you have an up-and-comer that's maybe hit a rough patch, I mean, they have to... The thing is, like, the blunt, honest truth about this sport is, until you make a certain level, the money isn't really worth it. It's sad, but this is how it is. So that's why you can't do the sport for money. Obviously you can get to a point where that might be a thing, but you have to have a certain level of passion for it. So I would say if you have that guy that's going through a rough patch, I mean, they just really need to take a good look at why they're doing this. If you're very passionate and you do feel like you've got what it takes, then, put your head down, just keep getting better and put your time in, and, just try to get a little bit better every single day, and then, hopefully, things start turning around, or, sometimes you gotta listen to some outside people, like people hold themselves back a lot. They'll think something's a certain way, and they're stuck in their ways like that, then everybody around them might be saying something else. Well, they're probably seeing something that you're not. So sometimes you gotta find the right people to listen to as well. But also, I mean, if you're like doing it for the wrong reason, life is going backwards and stuff, and maybe it's sometimes to look and reassess life and goals, and you might need to kind of move on from the sport and just kind of like make it a hobby just to continue to work out. So it's sad, but sometimes you have to make that decision. And then kind of with someone new starting out, I mean, similar, find a good gym around where you're at, and then make sure you kind of mesh with everybody and the coach and the teammates, and don't speed up the process. Everybody wants that. Everything wants everything really fast and to happen right now. It's just not the case. It's just like any other thing. To be good takes time. So start in, have fun, just enjoy the process of getting better every day, and then when the time presents itself for you to go and compete, you can try it out, see how it goes, and then keep moving forward. You get a lot of people that train, and then they fight, and they take all this time off, and they like get another fight, and they start like training again, and you just never evolve. So just stay in the gym the whole time. You fight, you compete, get right back in the gym, continue to get better, improve. When you get a chance to compete, go ahead and jump in, and just kind of go from there. So trust the process. A lot of people want that. They want the success to be overnight, and that shit doesn't happen.
Yeah. I think that's with everybody, and I mean not just with fighting. I mean probably just everything in life. Everyone just wants something to happen like super quick, and it just takes time. I guess a second part for that would be when would be a good time for the first fight? Would it be like 4 months of training in, or would it be 6 months, or would you want someone to go like a year and a half, try to get everything kind of situated before they take their first fight?
With my guys, it's a very individual based question. That decision is going to go. Because I mean, you've got guys that literally they'll start training, they'll come to the gym, they're not an athlete, they've never played a sport in their life. They just want to learn something new and then maybe compete later. So, someone like that, it might take a year or so of training to really catch them up, get them pretty well rounding, maybe build the confidence, because they might not have that. So you have to start building the confidence in them. And I mean, I've got people where it's taken a couple of years to get them ready. There's people, a year, and then there's you might have a college wrestler come in and you give him 3, 4, 5 months of training, he might be ready to go. So it's I really just kind of depend that decision on each individual person. Like what type of experience have they got before I got them? How are they doing in practice? How's their mindset, their confidence level, all that type of stuff. But if they're a very fast learner and have a good athletic background, maybe I don't know. I normally say around 6 months, but I mean I've put a couple people in a little bit sooner. But I'd say 6 months to a year is a pretty good window, I guess.
Okay, yeah, that's good. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are probably like, all right, I'm starting now, like a month later, all right, I'm ready to fight. It's like, no, you're not, dude. You got to train some more.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, and especially like whenever you have, so people that fight for me and my team, we have, when we get them matched up, they know that whoever they get, they're going to be, prepared, they're going to be in shape, they're going to be ready. I mean, win or lose, they're definitely going to be ready for the fight. I mean,
yeah.
I've seen people that have no idea how to do hard things and just put themselves in there. And it's cool that you can go in there and say you can fight and stuff like that. But I figured if you're going to put yourself in there, why don't you give yourself the best opportunity to come out successful?
So basically, the advice here is don't do what I did.
Maybe. Yeah.
My next question I got for you is, what would you be doing if this whole fighting thing didn't work out?
Probably, I would guess I'd probably be like a physical therapist.
A physical therapist? Okay.
Do what?
Did you say a physical therapist?
Yeah, a physical therapist. I was going to school for engineering, and I ended up blowing my own knee out, went through PT, and then it was something that I really kind of enjoyed. Like, there's a lot of athletes that was at the clinic I was at, so I switched my degrees and stuff for exercise science, and started doing a lot of anatomy and just physiology and all kinds of stuff for basically for the body and all that stuff. So I ended up getting signed through Strike Force and stuff, and then I moved away a little bit with my wife, so I ended up not getting the doctorate obviously and stuff. But that's kind of where my road was taking me, until the fighting thing took over. So I'd probably say something like that. That or just trying to own some business. I don't know. It's kind of nice. Like, I have my gym, I have another business. So either just some type of business I'd find to own, or do some PT stuff, or probably like own my own practice. But that'd been my guess.
Nice. Sorry, my throat keeps getting a little dry over here, so I keep coughing. I'm sorry about that. So my final question I got for you. I like to play video games, go see movies, and all that good stuff, hang out with the family. I ask all the fighters this question. It's kind of my signature question. What do you like to do in your spare time when you're not preparing for a fight?
Oh, man, I have a lot of stuff that I wish I could say that I like to do. And I don't know. For the most part, I don't have a whole lot of spare time. I've got a 2-year-old, or, one going on 2. I own a couple businesses. I coach a lot of fighters. So, I mean, MMA is my life, my free time. I'm coaching. When I get a little bit of free, I love shooting. I love guns. I like building guns. I like going to the range and shooting and practicing drills and stuff. So, I mean, my guess is when I'm done fighting, I'll probably try to jump into some competitions for shooting.
Oh shit, so, that's cool as hell.
Yeah,
man.
that'd be fucking cool to see.
I like a lot of shooting and stuff like that. I mean, if I can get on the lake or woods and fish and hunt or camp, I mean, I just don't have very much time to do that stuff. But I like a lot of outdoor stuff.
Okay, so now what we got to do is we got to come up with a shooting competition and get Valentina, Tim Kennedy, Zak Cummings, just get them all in there and see who's best.
Why are you trying to give me beef from Tim Kennedy again? Come on. That's not even fair.
Well, we got to find out who the best gunslinger is.
Oh, man. I'll tell you, he's probably right up there.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. And you got to throw Valentina in there, because not only is her nickname Bullet, but...
Yeah, I've seen her shoot.
She's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm in. Put me in.
All right, I like it. So, excuse me, I guess it's my turn. Before we let you go, okay, I want to ask you, September 7th, how do you get it done and in what round? Because you are a finisher, so I know this one ain't going to the scorecards.
Oh, man, I think the first round's going to be probably a full-blown war. I think he's going to come out hard, and I think there's going to be a lot of exchanging. I could see him slowing down. Second round, I'll probably hurt him on our feet, cause him to take a bad shot, then I'll probably end up catching a submission. Seems to be like a nice little pattern in a lot of my fights. So I hurt them on their feet, and then they try to take me down, and then I end up immediately submitting people. So
basically, like what you did to Giles?
Yeah, pretty much. Let's try to do a little sooner this time. But yeah, something very, very similar to that.
Okay, well, again, I want to thank you for your time, even though it was kind of like us reshuffling the deck a few times trying to get this thing situated. Time zones. You see, it's really funny because I had no idea there was such a thing as Mountain Daylight Time.
Yeah, me either.
I already suck with time zones. Trust me, Jonathan can attest. I really suck with time zones. So I thought Colorado was also on Mountain Standard Time. I had no idea it was Mountain Daylight Time. I didn't even know that was a thing. So, Again, I'd like to thank you for coming on with us. It's been a lot of fun, including the shuffle we had to do right in the beginning. So I'd like to give you as much time as you would like to to give your shout out to your sponsors, teammates, training partners, maybe your businesses, family, whatever you want. Take as long as you want. The floor is yours, my friend.
Oh, you're good. I appreciate you guys again reaching out and having me on. I know there's scheduling issues. Most of it's probably my fault, so I definitely appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, basically between the Glory and Fitness out of Kansas City, my gym, the James Krause, but Mark Latoy and the Factory X crew in Denver, and that's basically the group that's behind me. And I've been. Ooh, I just got signed with Topps, so hopefully there'll be some cool little Topps trading cards coming out.
Nice.
So there was that. Yep, and then for the side I got Dakota Fightwear and Headblade kind of helping out with some stuff too. So, besides that, hit me up on social media at Zak Cummings. If you guys have any questions, I'll do my best to answer.
Yeah, and fans, if you are looking to get in touch with this man, he does respond. He's a nice guy. Trust, he came on with us, so we can definitely attest to that. Again, thank you for your time. We'll be looking for you September 7th in Abu Dhabi at, what is that, UFC 242?
Yes, sir.
All right. He's fighting Omari Akhmedov at middleweight, where he is returned undefeated at 2-0 so far, looking to make it 3 straight.
Let's do it.
All right, baby. Well, you have yourself a good day and enjoy the fights, and good luck to your training partners tonight.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Okay, not a problem, Zach. Have a good one.